Hello, guys. You are once again welcome to Manual TV Sports Channel. My name is remains the only nomenclature with the engineer's philosophy in sports, Solomon Kweku Asante. Today is another day on its own. It's going to be the football discussion. Ghana is going to play Brazil and Nicaragua ahead of the 2022 World Cup. It's just a pre-World Cup preparation for Otuado and the squad. What are you going to do? The gurus will be here. All the sports YouTubers will join me. BSPORTS in maybe 15 or 10 minutes time will join. Sahara Football in 10 minutes or 15 minutes will join. Sports updates will be here. OSIKANI TV will also be here. You'll be listening them live on this particular platform. But if you're new on this platform, what you have to do is to subscribe to the channel, tap on the notification bell for more updates. Now, let's look at short statistics between Ghana and Brazil. The last time Ghana played Brazil was in the year 2011, 5th of September 2011. It ended up Brazil beating Ghana by a lone goal to nil. All right, that's the statistics for Ghana and Brazil for the past 11 years. Okay, let's briefly look at Black Star squad for this friendly game. We have the likes of Richard Ofori, Abdulmanaf Nuruddin, Joseph Lukwulakot. These are the goalkeepers. Now let me move on to the defenders. We have Dennis Otoy Frimpong, Professor, Tariq Kwame Nilan Tilamti, Ali Seidu, Abdul Rahman Baba, Gideon Mensah, Alexander Chiku, Mohamed Salisu, Daniel Amate is part of the defenders, and Stefan Kofi Ambrosius is also part of the defenders. Now to the midfielders, we have Thomas Partey, Baba Idrisu, Elisha Owusu, Daniel Kofichie, Kudus Mohammed, and Andrew Dede Ayu Morgan. And we have Inaki Williams being the striker, Felix Afinijan, Benjamin Tetteh, and the wingers are Kamaldeen Sulemana, Daniel Efiye Banye, Fatal Abdul Isaku, Osman Bukari, Ransford, Yabua Konisdofa, and Jordan Ayew. These are the players that Otuado is going to use to face Brazil on the 23rd of September. It will be Friday at the Le Havre Stadium in France. So you can just join the feed for more updates. They will soon join. I think OSIKANI is here. Sahara 2 is here. Let me join them and let's start. Okay. So Sahara, you are welcome. OSIKANI, hi.
Yeah, hi. Thank you.
I hope everything is fine.
Yeah, everything is great. Everything is great.
Oh, all right. So we are live here on Manual TV Sports Channel. We are waiting for Sahara. He will soon join. We are waiting for Sahara here. OSIKANI too is here. All right, it's going to be a big day for today. Okay. So let me see. The guys are coming. Let's see the comments. Okay. Boss is here first on the charts room. Someone is commenting about Benjamin Tetteh. He said he has never liked Benjamin Tetteh's style of ball. He's even injured, and I think he has been ruled out of the World Cup. Now, as OSIKANI is here, OSIKANI, just say hi to Manual TV Sports Channel's lovely fans.
All right. Thank you, Charlie. You do all. All right. So good evening to everyone watching us. If you're in Ghana or wherever you're watching us from, if it is in the morning over there, good morning. If it is in the afternoon, good afternoon to everyone. Yes, and I'm also privileged to be here, one of the biggest platforms in terms of sports in Ghana here on YouTube. Yes. So as you know already, my name is my real name is Asari, yeah, but for the YouTube purpose, it's OSIKANI TV. So we are also here to talk about Ghana.
The only richest YouTuber in Ghana, the only richest sports YouTuber in Ghana, OSIKANI TV.
As you did, yeah, no problem.
Okay, so you're waiting for the guys. I think in 6 minutes' time, they will join the feed. Okay, sure, all right, so I can just start the convo with OSIKANI and let's know how things are going. I hope you are prepared for the game.
Definitely. We are very, very much prepared for the friendly matches ahead of us. And I think not us alone. I think the whole technical team, the players, everyone is really, really ready for this game. It is going to be a big, 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 big match, of course. So some of us are expecting not too much from these friendly matches that we are about to play, because we are focusing on the Mundial itself. We are focusing in Qatar. So I think anything we get from the friendly matches, it will be cool. Maybe especially from the Brazil game, but from Nicaragua, I'm expecting a certain scoreline and a certain win. That if we do not get, maybe I'll be a little bit down. But anything goes. Anything goes. To me, anything goes.
Okay, the latest news coming up is Benjamin Tetteh might be ruled out of the World Cup. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's true. Benjamin Tetteh, I think it is a bad news for us to lose any other player, not Benjamin Tetteh alone. Any other Black Stars player we will lose going into the World Cup will be a very, very bad news to the country. Let's take ourselves back for some few years. Whenever Ghana is about to go to the World Cup, there has been always this one or two casualties or players that will be ruled out because of injuries. And I'm not really much surprised. The reason being that this is not about spirituality, nothing. We should always, be positive minded. Yes.
Sure.
When we were about to go to 2014 World Cup, was it Jerry Akamenko? I think Ghana versus was in Netherlands or one of the
Netherlands, exactly.
Unfortunately, he picked up an injury. When we're about to go to the World Cup, every player wants to put up his best. So if you could see this particular season, almost all the teams, the players are really performing well, because if you don't perform well, you are not going to be chosen for the World Cup. So every player would like to put in his best, and by doing so, you can pick up an injury on the road. So not Ghana alone, Marco Reus at Borussia Dortmund, he has also picked up an injury, unfortunate injury today when he was playing in the Bundesliga. So I think it is a worrying situation. We should only pray that the players will get that particular protection from their maker, so that they will go in there and make us proud. He's a player, a very good player. Anyone who won the Carling Cup tournament, at least some of us were not really convinced when he was invited by Coach Otuado, until I watched him against Chile. He did very well. Even though he didn't score, he created a lot of chances. His movement off and on the ball was superb. So I think it's a bad loss to Ghana. He's a striker in Ghana too. One of our problems currently is the striking department, and I think it's a bad news. We only wish that he can recover in time. But, there is difference between recovery and being match fit. Maybe he can recover in time, but being match fit will also be a problem. So we only pray that maybe he can make it. Then the technical team can also invite him again. Then we see the way forward.
Okay. Someone is asking, this is from JJ Kai. He said, we should talk about how players are treated when they switch nationality, in reference to what Zaha said in an interview. What is your take about that?
Refresh Zaha. Most
all
of
right,
these.
Sahara to is in. You can proceed. Sahara is in. You can proceed.
Yeah. Okay. So whenever players switch nationality to play for a country,
just hold on a bit for
me. Yes.
Arguably the best sports YouTuber is here. Just say hi, Sahara, to BAIDOO TV Sports.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear very well.
All right. Thank you for having me here. I'm excited to be here and join the discussion. OSIKANI was talking, so let him continue, and then I'll come.
All right, OSIKANI, proceed.
In fact, I can't continue without saying hi to the boss. Boss, good evening. I hope you are doing well. All right. Okay, so as I was saying, anytime we look at those particular things, like players switching nationality to play for a country, every player, then how he want him to be treated, when he was speaking, if you actually followed him, the way things are done outside there, he wants similar things to be done here. That is a fact. That there's no way he can get the same treatment as he's getting outside there. That's the first thing the players must know. Maybe I'm a player, I want to switch nationality to play for Ghana. The pitches outside there are not the same here. I'm not saying that it is good to have bad pitches though, but this is the situation on the ground. So before you switch, you must conscientize. You must know that, yes, these are how things are done here. even though it is not right, but for now, that is it. You can't tell me that Ghana's next match at home, we are going to get a different or entire different pitch to play on rather than the one in Cape Coast or the one in Kumasi or the one in Accra. Accra, I don't even want to talk about it. Maybe Cape Coast or Kumasi. And it is not the best of pitches though. So if you're a player, before you switch, you must know the environment that you are going in. Then you have to adjust yourself to it. Else, I think then maybe there won't be any need to switch at all because the treatment.
Can you please hold on for me? Sports updates is here. Okay, let's join. Okay. Let me join him. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Joseph, you're welcome.
Thank you. Okay. Charles, it's a pleasure to have you guys.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. So I think, what I was saying, if you're a player and you want to switch, you must know the environment that you are going in. It is not everything that can be done well to suit you. I'm also not saying that the FA shouldn't do some things well to help the players who are switching nationality because they are moving from a different, environment to this place. Therefore, they must, have that tough mentality that, okay, I'm going into this. Therefore, you prepare yourself to adjust yourself to it. Not that the FA shouldn't do the right thing. They should also make sure that the players are well catered for and things are done to also suit them. And yes, I think that is it. Yeah, for me.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. I think BSPORTS, so let me add BSPORTS. In BAIDOO news, I'm coming. All right. Bosses, you're welcome. You're once again welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
BSPORTS, just say hi to Manual TV Sports Channel, lovely fans.
Hi, Manual TV fans. My name is Babadam from BSPORTS channel. So, hello, everyone.
All right. BAIDOO news. Hello, BAIDOO.
Chairman.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's proceed. Let me start from SAHARA. I think arguably the best sports YouTuber in Ghana. Yeah, you have to compliment you for that. All right, SAHARA, looking at Otuado's 29-man squad to face Brazil and Nicaragua, can you talk about them? Are these the best players any other coach could select for these games?
Once again, thank you for having me. And I've talked about this before. I think that no matter what we do, no squad will satisfy all of us. No matter the chance we give Otuado to name a particular squad of players, it will not satisfy everyone. That's the truth. And also, according to coaches, they know what they want in their teams. So we have to first of all put that there and say that according to the coach, this is what he wants. These are the best set of players. That being said, it doesn't mean that we as journalists, we as fans, or we as those watching the game don't have our own thoughts and don't think that some better players deserve to be in there. So talking about the squad, I think it's obvious that we all have our reservations about the squad, what we think should be there, who we think should be there, and who we think should not be there but is there. The coach will have a way of defending his squad. But I think all in all, the 29, I wouldn't want to select anyone out and say that this guy doesn't deserve to be there. But I have players who I think should also be there that are not there. The coach is the only one, as I said, that can answer all these questions well. And I think that we have to give them the chance to play first. Then we know that probably they don't deserve or they don't make it. But the 29, I was surprised by the inclusion of Benjamin Tetteh, especially in the striking role. With the Black Stars, he hasn't been as prolific. He hasn't been scoring as frequently. I was surprised by that one. And the exclusion of Joseph Payne, so it's clear that he's in form. So why was he not included? So right now we are hearing that the Black Stars player, Benjamin Tetteh, is injured and is out of the World Cup. Some are happy. I don't wish anything bad on any player. Those are happy, I'm I'm not excited about that, but I did not think he deserved to be in the injury. I do not wish it on anyone, even if I don't like the player. It's not something you should wish on anyone. So I think Joseph Painso might get a late call up looking at what happened with Benjamin Tetteh. And I think so far, those are my reservations. I also think Jeffrey Schlupp's issue with the national team needs to be sorted out because that guy is good and should also be in there. There are other players, but these, off the top of my head, are the two that I think should be in there that are not there. Some will say Fatai Isaku has been given chances and is not doing well. He's an asset, according to some people, and he'll provide something later on in the future. So they feel that he should still be included. I, for one, think that probably it's too early for him in the national team. But Otuado is the boss, and he'll be the best person to explain why he chose some players. As he chose Wakasu and said it's because of experience. And we all watched Wakasu play, and we saw it for ourselves, and he did not include him this time. So it's only a fool that doesn't learn from his mistakes. He wants to also learn from his mistakes. It's better we make the mistakes in these friendlies than to make it in the main tournament. So I'll just pause for him. Let us play the friendlies, and then I'll be able to go hard on him if I have to. Yeah. So those are my thoughts.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me move on to BAIDOO News TV. BAIDOO, looking at the various departments of the Black Stars, which department do you think the selection for these friendly games weren't all that the best?
You can't hear him.
Yeah, BAIDOO, I think you have to check your sound.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, I think we can hear you. We are on, yes.
Okay, so let me say hi to OSIKANI, my boss, Baba, Sports Update, then the general himself. That's Chairman General, Chairman One. Okay, what I would say for now, as Sahara said, the chairman himself, Sahara, Otuado knows the best. The reason why he called these guys to be in the national team for defending against Brazil and my country in Nicaragua. And I think I have a little challenge with the goalkeeping department. And also, as Sahara said, when we go to Benjamin Tetteh, I feel because it's a little relation to the GFA board, that's why he's still in the squad. Okay, now when you talk about the Fatao, whenever they say Fatao, because of future, and if you are talking about the future, then we can also say the same thing for Danlad, because Danlad is a good goalkeeper. We can also send him to the World Cup, or we can add him to the Blaster squad so that he can learn and progress when the opportunity is being given to him. The national team can also be a good goalkeeper. So I think Fatao he's not playing in Sporting CP. Just 3 matches, all of them. He comes in for 85 minutes, going and you play like 2-3 minutes, then you go back home and sit down. So I think for now, I would say that Fatao should not be in the squad. Benjamin Tetteh, Salasi said Benjamin is injured. We all know, and some are happy. I was saying before, like I was happy. Not happy is the only thing more, but I'm happy that he will not go to the World Cup. Even though when he goes to the World Cup, not all of them that will play. So what I say, but if all of them will not play, that doesn't mean say be on your so me Benjamin Tetteh there. Sorry to see, I'm a little bit happy that he's not going to the World Cup, and I hope that they do well in the friendly matches because. But one thing is, whenever Ghana is going to any tournament and they don't do well, most like friendly matches, they mess up and people start bashing them. That's when they go to tournament. They perform. We can start from 2006. After qualification, the performance was like nothing to write home about. They went and everything was solid. 2010, the same thing when they were going, even though some were having hopes in them, but you check the tournament they played in 2010, everything was shambolic. But when they went to the World Cup, everything was cool. So I believe that if they go low, play friendly matches that low key, then go to the World Cup, things will work out well for them. So that's all I want to say for now.
All right, thank you very much. Let me move on to B Sports. All right, people are saying that we need Edin Kesia and Callum Hudson-Odoi to make Black Star squad complete. What is your take on that?
Okay, bro. Good evening to you all. To my bosses, Salasi, Ni Adama, OSIKANI TV, BAIDOO's News, and to you, Manual TV. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. So let's talk about the Edin Kesia and Callum Hudson-Odoi. What are they bringing on board? We first of all talk about what are they bringing on board. In the squad, we already have Inaki Williams and the rest. So Edin Kesia or Callum Hudson-Odoi, when they come to the team, they may add up something. But already we have an existing players. They are also playing the same role compared to Edin Kesia and Callum Hudson-Odoi. So I don't think, say, when these two guys, when they are able to switch for Ghana, they are going to bring something extraordinary to the Black Star team. So I don't think that they are going to bring, an exceptional play, like an exceptional, let me say, performance to the team. Yeah, the quality. So let's appreciate what we have already. And if they are able to switch for Ghana, fine. And if at the end of the day, they are not able to switch for Ghana, let's maintain what we have already. And I believe in the Black Stars technical team, Otuado and his technical team. They can give us an equal replacement for those Edin Kesia and Callum Hudson-Odoi. So I think that Otuado and the technical team, so far, the players they call for the friendlies, they all deserve it. And for now, I'm not going to criticize any player for now. Let them play the friendly games. Let us see what the results that will come out so that we can talk. We can see, oh, okay, this player deserves, this player don't deserve. At the end of the day, the coach himself will be able to make changes to the team before we get to the World Cup. So for now, the Edin Kesia and Callum Hudson-Odoi, if they are able to switch before the World Cup, it is going to boost the team. But not that when they are not part in the Black Star team, we cannot go and perform.
All right. Thank you very much.
So I believe.
Okay. All right. You can continue. If you have anything, you can add.
So I believe in Coach Otuado and his technical team. Yeah, they also know better.
Okay. Let me move on to OSIKANI. OSIKANI, the argument has been that Black Stars, we don't have potent strikers up front there. And we should consider using Kudus Mohammed as number 9 for our upcoming friendly games. What is your take on that?
Okay, thank you. So when I spoke earlier on, my bosses were not in. So let me say good evening once again to Mr. Salasi, SAHARA TV, BAIDOO News TV, Mr. Ni, Sports Updates, then B Sports, and to you yourself, the host, Manual TV, Sports GH. Okay, so talking about the Black Stars attacking department, let me take it as a whole like that. You know, and score a lot of goals. One, we need to create chances. We need to create chances. So if you look at the Black Stars team now, how many chances are we able to create in a game? Like averagely, like for about past 5 or 6 matches, how many chances are we able to create? That was when Kudus was being played as a midfielder. Then we now sit down and think about it. When we use Kudus as an out-and-out striker, how many chances can we create? How many chances has Kudus alone created for Ghana Blasters whenever he's in the team? To me, I don't believe in that idea that the fact that he's being used as an out-and-out striker in Ajax, we should also deploy him as a 9 or as a number 9 for Ghana. Even though the former coach who trained him, that is talking of, I think the name has escaped me, former Blasters assistant coach, he has said it. A lot of people have re-echoed it as well.
Ibrahim Tanko.
But if you look at it,
Ibrahim.
Yeah, Ibrahim Tanko, thank you. If you look at the Blasters team currently, we have other players that can play in that role. I can't go past Antoine Semenyo. We have not really tested him at that place. When he came to Ghana, he played against Madagascar. We saw what he did, even though when he came on, we were already leading and he couldn't get a lot of match playing time. He was also returning from injury as well. So if you go to Ajax right now, look at his role at Ajax. He has Steven Bergwijn on the left. Steven Bergwijn also plays on the right for him. Edson Alvarez is there. Dusan Tadic. They are all bringing in the balls. Even in Ajax, sometimes he's isolated as a striker. To me, that's what I see. Look at against Liverpool. They will raise a long ball for him because Ajax was rather sitting back. You raise a long ball for Kudus. You don't expect Kudus to be, hustling with aerial duels with the likes of Van Dijk and other players. So Ghana, we go to World Cup, we go and meet Portugal. We have a player like Pepe or other defender in there. Then you expect Kudus to be tussling with them. No, Kudus is a player who needs to see the ball match in the game. If you look at all the goals that he has scored as a striker, he can score the same goals playing as an offensive midfielder. If you look at his goals, usually he just draws back, take the ball, shoots. If you look at that fantastic goal he scored in the league, you can actually correlate all those his goals that he scores. It's not like he's a standing nine and he just give it. I think only one tapping or two. I can't actually record the goals, but almost most of his goals, you see that he comes for the ball, he push, then he shoots. This tells you that Ghana, we can still maintain him as where he's playing. To me, I feel we should play Kudus as a number 10, the one we call it. He can be behind the striker. Whenever there is any second ball, he can just pound perfectly. To me, he has been doing that since he's joined the Black Stars of Ghana. And I don't see it that it is this time that we need to change his role. We have not yet tested Iñaki Williams as a striker. We also have Antoine Semenyo there. We even have Jordan Ayew, who is also a striker for Ghana. So Ghana, I think we have options if we cannot trust Felix Afenejan since joining US Cremonese. He has played one match, I think 21 minutes. He did quite okay. But I think Kudus should be maintained. That position he plays at Black Stars should be maintained. Then we rather search for an option for a number 9, typical number 9. Because if you play Kudus at a number 9 in Black Stars, I think he's not going to see the ball match and it will go against the Ghana team. To me, that is my
and the argument on that is that for now, comparatively to that of Kudus Mohamed, to that of the strikers, the current strikers that we have, Benjamin Tetteh, Iñaki Williams, and Afenejan, he has scored more than them. So they think he can outscore them in terms of he being first number 9.
Sure, that is a fact. And one fact is Kudus plays in Ajax and scores those goals as a number 9. It doesn't mean that if we bring him to Black Stars, he also scored the same goals. It is fact that he has scored goals than all our strikers. It is a fact. That doesn't mean that you should move him from that position and send him to be. So in case, I'm only bringing something, a scenario, that maybe Ghana, we have a defender who has scored most goals this particular season. Will you tell me that we should move that defender to play as a striker, as a number 9? To me, no. To me, no. That is to me my opinion. I don't think we should rather. You see, Kudus can play number 9. Kudus is a very talented player, very versatile. He can play most roles in a team. That doesn't mean that you should use him there. You know what? Maybe if Kudus was playing as a midfielder in Ajax, maybe he could have scored more goals. Look at the role Dusan Tadic plays. Maybe if he's playing there, he could have scored more than what he's scoring now. So we should also, weigh it, because if we only say that because he's scoring, we want to use him, then maybe this is not the time for experimenting. That is why the squad may have some, but this is not the final squad. This is not time to experiment in Black Stars. This is time to go in for the results. This is where we are going in for something crucial at the Mundial, and it is not time to experiment. We can't experiment against Brazil and Nicaragua and expect that it is going to work at the World Cup. I don't think so.
Okay, let's listen to Sports Update's take on that. What's your take on that? I think we can hear you all. Sports Update, check on your sound and let's.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Yeah. It's a pleasure to have all of you guys here. First time meeting some of you guys. But I would like to disagree with Osikani's final statement where he said that we shouldn't experiment and this is not the right time for us to experiment. I think this is actually the right time for us to experiment. We have about 3 friendly matches before the World Cup. There's no better place for us to experiment before trying going for the World Cup, because I think that among our strikers that we've named, I don't have confidence in most of the strikers, not to even talk about Inaki Williams. How many games has he played so far in the La Liga? How many goals has he scored? Just one. Kudus is scoring the goal. So I think for Kudus, yes, Guinea said we should maintain him over there, and I agree with that. But I think that we should give other players the chance. It's been a long time. We've seen the likes of Jordan Ayew and Dede Ayew playing the Black Stars. It's high time that we bench these players. We have to be working on maintaining Kudus as our 4th-9. And one thing I've really observed about Kudus is that after scoring 1 or 2 goals, he goes to bed. Just go and watch the game against Liverpool. After scoring that goal in the second half, he didn't really contribute much. So that is where you have to be thinking about bringing super subs. I've seen Antoine Semenyo being played as a super sub in Bristol City. Most of the time, he comes in as a winger and stuff, but he can also strike. So if Kudus is playing as a 4th-9 and we can also give Antoine Semenyo the chance, that's cool. And if Jordan Ayew is also willing to come on as a substitute and not come and show his front face, nobody even cares about his front face. All we need is the job done. And I think that going into this friendly matches against Brazil and Nicaragua, I want to see Coach Otuado bring out a squad that looks futuristic, that looks like a team that we are building for the future, if not for the World Cup. The next year, 2024, we also have the AFCON over there. We have to have a transitional team that will phase out all the old players. It's good that we are bringing in the players who have switched nationalities. I'm really excited to see Ransford Yeboah in our squad, because I see him as the future of the Black Stars. I've listened to other people share their thoughts about the current squad and stuff, and I don't hear Ransford Yeboah's name. I think you guys should really watch out for that guy, because he's bringing a whole new level to the Black Stars. Okay, we'd say Inaki Williams is there, but for me, Inaki Williams, he'll contribute, but we shouldn't be too much expectant of him scoring the goals and stuff. But maybe the game against Nicaragua and Brazil will sell it out, and maybe we'll see what they can showcase for her. But for me, I think even with our goalkeeping department, I'm really excited that we have these 3 goalkeepers there. Finally, Lawrence Atizidi, after the public's outcry, the coaches have listened, and finally they've gotten him out. Maybe the 4th goalkeeper is my only worry. Are they going to bring him Abalora, or they are going to choose a goalkeeper from the local side, be it Danlad or any other goalkeeper? That is my only issue.
All right, thank you very much. I think this question should cut across board. So let me move back to Sahara. Sahara, what's your take on that? The arguments on board.
Kudus Mohammed's issue.
Yes, please.
Okay, I think we don't have to really follow the same format as Ajax per se. I think even before Kudus was used in this 4th-9 position and we saw him scoring goals, he was already scoring goals for the Black Stars. He was one of our highest goal scorers already in the Black Stars team when our strikers were not delivering. So I think Kudus, wherever he finds himself on the pitch, will find a way to score. And Ajax's system is what he's thriving on right now. 5 goals in 4 matches. He's in top form right now. Came on as a sub, scored. I think ultimately it will depend on Otuado and what he wants to do. But in my opinion, I don't think we need to copy Ajax per se and play him in a false 9. We have strikers. I trust very much Antoine Semenyo, despite we've seen a very little much of him. Inaki Williams, I feel strongly he will thrive in that position. It's when all these are not working that we should start thinking about trying Kudus in a false 9 position, because he has been doing well there. If these things are not working, the strikers are not delivering, then we can decide that, okay, fine, let's play Kudus in a false 9 position. We've tried everything, it's not working. I don't think we are there yet. I think the friendlies will be a perfect time for us to test this out. So play our strikers. Kudus in behind the striker is still my favorite position for him. In that position, he was still scoring goals. So I don't think it should be something we should be considering the fact that we have strikers in the team. So in the Ajax team, he plays as a false nine. Brian Burbe is their striker, Bergwijn, and he's flanked by another player. I don't think we need to go in that direction yet. That's my opinion on that. I don't think we need to go in that direction yet.
All right, thank you very much.
Salasi, this one there. Before you go on, Salasi, this one there. I think we have to maintain Kudus over there. We watched that game at the Cape Coast Sports Stadium recently. Which team did we play again in the AFCON qualifiers here in Ghana? Mozambique. I said Mozambique. Madagascar. You saw what happened. Who are the players who scored the goal aside from I think Felix Asamoah Gyan? They were all wingers and midfielders. Kudus scored the first goal, I think. Then Felix Asamoah Gyan. Then Osman Bukari. Where was Jordan Ayew in the match? What would you say? I think we have to maintain it. Okay, just by way of updates, Inaki just scored a goal, and I think yes, it has raised his stats. But there again, I think Kudus should be maintained. Kudus should really be maintained.
Oh, hello. Can I come in?
Okay, you can come in. BSPORTS, you can come in.
To me, I'll go with Salasi because maybe the system of Ajax is making Kudus Mohamed for scoring. The coach used him as false number 9. Maybe it is because of their system of play that makes him scoring more goals for them. So that does not mean that when he comes to the Black Stars and we play him as a false number 9, it is going to work. Although in our previous games, he scored for Ghana, but we have our main strikers, as Salasi was saying. So let's wait when our main strikers are not able to provide us with their goals. Then we may try Kudus as the false number 9. So I think I'll go with my boss, Salasi.
Okay.
It is not necessary for Ochoado to play Kudus as false number 9.
Okay. What about BAIDOO's teams?
All right. Okay. So like our entire team, the squad total combined. Okay, our boss said Nike just scored. So in total, 26 goals. Okay. The entire team, the team that Ochoado has scored 26 goals. And these 26 goals that the whole team has scored, that's Osman Bukari is leading. Then we have Antoine Semenyo, then Kudus. Okay. Antoine Semenyo haven't have enough of playing time because of injury. But I think Kudus coming to the false 9 will not work because in our team we need creative midfielder. Okay, someone who can hold the ball, dribble 1-2, give pass and dash and receive and give again. Because we have someone like Semenyo can fully fit. Antoine Semenyo is a deadly striker. He can score. Okay, because even as he's starting like recovering small, playing 10-20 minutes. Anytime he comes on from bench, he score a goal. So we should give him that chance, and we should let Kudus play that midfield, and we should put our trust and our support in Antoine Semenyo because he's a young guy coming up. As Salasi said, that we should have a squad that can, after World Cup, we can send them to AFCON. Because it's been like 30 or 32 or 30-something years since I was born. I haven't seen Black Stars winning any trophy. So it is my prayer that before I die, I will see Black Stars winning trophy. Oh, good. I want to see that thing, man. Because since I was born, only 2009, I saw under 20.
The U20. Yeah.
Won that one. Since then, Ghana. So I hope that we should build a team that can win AFCON 2020 that we play in 2024. So we should impose that confidence in Antoine Semenyo, allow him to play at the striking position, allow Kudus Mohamed in the midfield, because we don't have any creative midfielder aside Kudus Mohamed. Our players are all of them are wingers. Osman Bukari is scoring, is the winger. We have that's Nike Williams. Nike Williams has a Sport Update said, even though he's good player, but he's not scoring more goals, he'll just be scaring defenders. So we should allow that's Antoine Semenyo play the striking position and Kudus Mohamed be in the midfield. But we shouldn't say that you should go, you should play the false number 9. I don't think it will work. Then who will be our creative midfielder? Either you get the ball 10 run 360, leave the ball somewhere. You see, then if you will send Wakasu to the World Cup to boom, and I'm baby. So I think we should allow Antoine Semenyo play that striking position. Kudus Mohammed come to the midfield, hold the ball, dribble 1, 2, 3, give pass. We need creative midfielders because in this 21st century, we don't have a team with a creative midfielder, someone who can hold ball very well. Masa over pass, check like Chelsea. Because they don't have a creative midfielder, someone who can hold the ball, dribble 1, 2, 3. See them, they will pass diagonal passes. They are cover corner house and the bar. No one is creating chance for them. So I think Kudus should be in the midfield, hold the ball, dribble, pass. Then Antoine Semenyo will be leading the attack. That's what I think.
All right. Let me go back to Selassie, Sahara Football. All right. Another argument on board is people are saying we should reconsider Asamoah Gyan in Black Star squad for the 2022 World Cup. What's your take on that?
Even Asamoah Gyan himself has admitted that he needs to be fit in order to be able to play in the World Cup, and he's working on it. He says he wants to earn the call-up. Even Asamoah Gyan himself has said that. I don't think this is a conversation we should spend too much time on. I think Asamoah Gyan himself knows what he needs to do to get into the national team. He's a legend of the game. I respect him so much. He's done a lot for Ghana. I think he knows what to do. He knows what is required. If anyone knows anything about football, about how to get into the national team, how to stay fit, he's a highest goal scorer. It will be Asamoah Gyan. I'm not going to be the one to say that Asamoah Gyan doesn't deserve. He knows what he deserves and what he has to do to deserve a call up into the national team. So I think Baby Jet himself saying that he needs to get fit to be able to stay inside or to get a call up into the national team is enough for us to know that he knows himself what he has to do. And until he does that, he might probably not get a call up into the national team. I think Asamoah Gyan knows what to do. He's the best player we've ever had in a long while. And he's a boss. I think a legend himself knows what to do to get back in. Yeah.
Sure. All right. Let me go back to OSIKANI. Another argument on board is that Dede Ayew, the iconic captain of our current Black Stars, should follow the footstep of Seven Appiah way back in 2010, so that maybe you allow Kamaldeen to take his position. What is your take on this?
Which player is that again?
Dede Ayew.
You know, I just asked
Our captain.
Sarcastically, yeah. He's our captain, he's our captain. I think this season it is not really going on well with his team, the Qatar side, that's our side. But he's scoring. He scored in the last but one game for them. And I think Dede is a player who is, one, a motivator, two, a leader, three, an inspiration to them. Like, I don't know how to describe him. If he's on the pitch alone, he actually encourages the players more than if he's off the pitch, To me, I don't side with people who thinks we should take him out. Yes, always, as Selassie will say, I have to borrow his words. It is the coach's decision. Yes, but, Dede Ayew is a player that we need him in the team, no matter what. He may not be in the best of form. Kamaldeen can be playing like Ronaldo, can be Messi, or he can play like any other best player in the world. That doesn't mean that we should sideline Dede Ayew. Dede Ayew can get into this squad. If I'm naming 23 players to represent Ghana, I would definitely name Dede in it. So, to me, I think Dede isn't really doing bad at the club side. Yes, and he can add a lot. Whenever he plays for Black Stars, we know what he has. Sometimes he doesn't get his day in the game. Just like I think against Comoros, he wasn't that flamboyant on the left side of attack for us. But I think Dede is always Dede, and we can use him. He's also versatile. In case of any difficulties, we can play him as an attack, as a striker. Even in that place, he can actually replace them. He can also play as a number 10. He can also play as a left winger. And I think Dede is that kind of player that we need him in the team. So, yes, maybe for starting 11, you may choose to leave him out, but he can be a super sub. He can be in a team anytime. So, to me, I think Dede really deserves to be in the Black Stars team or the Black Stars squad. He really needs to be in there. Can you hear me?
I think his line is not good.
Oh, okay. It is the network,
Yeah,
my
network.
Wi-Fi. Yeah. So they did. I think they should just. Okay, he's back.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. OSIKANI, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. So back to Sahara football. Going into the game, which formation do you think it will suit Black Stars in order to trample over Brazil? I think this time I have to defeat them.
Against Brazil?
Yeah.
I actually pulled out my possible starting 11. I wanted to stoke some fires, and I put out a controversial starting 11. I think a lot of people were worried. I went to attacking, and I used wing backs, Jordan and Andre. So many people were upset, but I think that the best formation that has worked for Toado is a 3-back system. If you look at our game versus Nigeria in the qualifiers, you notice Otoado preferred that system. Then Baba Idrisu seems to drop deeper, and it turns out to be a 5-back. I think that is why he still pushed for Mohamed Salisu, because he needed a left center back that will also play in that position as well. So Otoado will go with that 3-back system. As to the personnel, I know Salisu might get his debut versus Brazil. I'm looking at that. It will either be him or Lamte, who will also be a wing back in that position. But I think a 3-5-2 system is what I think Otto will go with. As to whether that will be effective against Brazil will depend on the scouting work they do on Brazil as well and what they will play. So probably something to counter what Brazil does, or something to really balance our play. But I don't think there'll be so much concern about the results. The performance will be more important, how they react to maybe going a goal down, how they, the threat of Brazil, because they'll be playing a South American team in the group stages, the threat of Brazil, how they deal with it, the defense, how the attack also deals with the Brazilian defense. They'll be looking at all these things, and the result to be secondary, in my opinion, and it should be like that because it's a test match for the World Cup. So the result will always be secondary, and we wish for a good result. I'm tipping Ghana probably get a draw against Brazil. I'm not looking for a win per se. I think a draw will be a good result. Then we'll look at Nicaragua, where I think we have a better chance of winning. But it's football, anything can happen. So I think a 3-5-2 system, Otto has liked that. He likes playing 3 at the back. I think he'll continue in that vein of form, yeah.
And which players do you think will be the 2 up fronts?
Oh, I've already said it. I think Iñaki and Semenyo should be played up front. Iñaki Williams and Antoine Semenyo. Those 2, I like them in the striking position. I think Antoine, many people have not seen him impress with Ghana, but the few minutes, the cameo role he played in that game versus, I think, Madagascar, yeah, I think he did enough to show that he's good. When he got back from injury, he's been a super sub, scoring from the bench. The guy is good. He needs just more playing time. He's being eased back because of his shin injury, so he's not playing from the start. So the coach has asked Ghana to also do same. I think Ghana can play him for 50-odd minutes and then rest him after that. We'll see how well he does from the start. Then Otto will have a better basis to play him, whether versus Nicaragua or in the final game, which we play versus Switzerland before the World Cup. So Iñaki Williams and also Antoine Semenyo in the striking position. Yeah.
All right. Someone wants you to briefly go through your squad, your possible lineup.
Okay, so the squad I put out on my channel was I went for Salisu, Jiku, and Tariq Lamte. Then I went for Pate with Baba Idrisu. There will be a bit more with the defense, and in front of them will be Kudus and Kudus Mohammed and Jordan and his brother on their wings, and then the 2 up front, Semenyo, Iñaki Williams. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sports updates. Sports updates.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You want to
Going
know
into the game.
my formation?
Okay, yeah. As in, okay, yeah.
No, I don't have any information. Those kind of things I don't normally like to try.
But what is your probable squad or your lineup?
Oops. For me, I'll maintain Jojo for the Brazil game. Tariq Lamptey to start on the left, Gideon on the right. For the defensive pairing, I would like to see what maybe Salisu and Amati can do over there. Then for the DM, the DM. For me, I don't like Baba Idrisu that much. I don't know if like Partey would fit in because Partey at us now, he likes to move forward, but playing in the DM position, it sometimes frees the other midfielder. So yeah, I'll put Partey in the DM. Then up front in the attacking midfield, then okay, I'll maintain Kudus over there. Then on the left and right flanks, for me, I think Kamaldeen would do. Maybe if Ransford can fit in for the other side, maybe the right side too, that'll be cool. But in attack, that is where I have a big headache whether to use Inaki. And well, Inaki will do, then probably if Inaki is there, then he needs someone with experience to help him out. Then maybe I'll get Ande Ayew to be a supporting striker for him.
All right. Okay, thank you. Osikani, now let's consider our goalkeeping department. Do you think these three goalkeepers are the best you can select for this game? And are you going to choose? Osikani is out. Thank you, my friend. Okay, so let me move on to BAIDOO News TV. BAIDOO.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. We can hear you very clear. Looking at our goalkeeping department, do you think these three goalkeepers are okay for this game?
Like three goalkeepers, Jojo caught 10 games, 11 goals considered, 2 clean sheets. Nothing to write home about. Even though he helped us to qualify, but 10 games, 11 goals considered. Each game, investment, we say 1.5. So it's too much.
I want to. This guy is funny.
You're very funny.
It's not easy, my bosses. It's not easy. And Manaf, 3 games, 7 goals. 3 games, 7 goals considered. No clean sheet. So we have only Richard Ofori with 9 games, 4 goals conceded, and also 5 clean sheets. So if you check their performance, my brothers, if you check their performance, I think the only one who is a little bit ahead is Richard Ofori, and I know that Warakot has been our number one since Ofori got injured and even he came back. But I believe that these 3 goalkeepers, we can manage them and send them to the World Cup. But at the beginning, Salasi said, or if I don't know if Salasi or Osikani, he said, I don't know that if they will bring another 4th goalkeeper. And I think they will bring another 4th goalkeeper. I think they should bring Razak Balora. He's doing well. So, but I think the 3 goalkeepers going to the World Cup, the final 3, I believe Manaf, even though he's young, but I think Manaf should drop him a little, standby, so that anything they can call him back. But with this performance, these 3 goalkeepers, with the goals they are conceding in each game in India, I think the 3 of them, the hope is small, but if any will be a man, because of it, then my hope now I can. But if because 11 games you concede 10 games, you concede 11 goals, yeah. That's what.
Do you want Atizigi?
Hey!
But I would like to talk about. I would like to talk a little about the first 11 for the Brazil game. Okay, I think 3-4-3 would be the best option because like Otuado likes the 3 back, so 3-4-3 would be the best option to test some of the players. Okay, I would like Charofori to be in the post, Salisu the left side of the defense, then Chuku and Amate. So these are 3 back. Then we have Gideon Mensah, Thomas Tepati, Baba Idrusu, and also Lamte. Okay, then the up front 3 we should go for Kamadin and Antoine Semenyo, then Osman Bukari. So I think the front 3 there, all of them, they are goal poachers. What else? We didn't stick everyone better. So that's my thought, and I think that 3-4-3 will be a good idea to face Brazil because we need guys who are pacey because you see Venezuela on do so Gideon Mensah is pacey, and we know Lamte also is young and energetic. He can do, and also Bukari is fast, also a pacey. So I think 3-4-3 will be best to face Brazil.
So you are going for 3-4-3 formation, right?
Oh,
okay.
Man, I'm used to that. See, I'm you from Tetteh.
You'll be a wicked coach.
Because, like I said at the beginning, I want to see Blasters winning trophy. I want to see. I'm
before
eager
you
to
die.
see.
Yeah, you made that statement before you die.
If I die today, I don't see Blasters winning trophy. And the judgment that if I see the die, you are. The way I go tag them that day.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me go back to OSIKANI team. We were talking about the goalkeeper department. What is your take on that?
Okay, I think I can combine the goalkeeping with my starting 11 as well, because it seems I'm the only one who doesn't like the 3 back. But let's talk about the goalkeeping department first. Now, I think I started following the goalkeepers, the Ghanaian goalkeepers this particular season because I wanted to, follow them. Ghana, no doubt, we have problem with goalkeeping. That is one department that we really lack. To me, the national team, we have 3 places that we have problems at. 1, the goalkeeping department. 2, the defensive midfield. Then 3, we can talk about the striking department. With the left back position, I have a little problem, but I think Gideon can sometimes do well, but he also needs competition. Okay, so let me stick with the goalkeeping department now. Jojo Wallacott, for Jojo Wallacott, he knows that, yes, he still got something to prove to Ghanaians. He knows. Sometimes he's somehow jittery in the post whenever he's giving a pass or whenever he saves a ball. You can see from his facial expression that he's somehow jittery if he's in Ghana's post. And I think we should afford as much confidence in post. Even though Wallacott did a lot for us against Nigeria, he made super saves. And one of the saves, I don't think he even knew where the ball was. He just flew in there. He was just flying and the ball came to hit him. I think any save is a save, though. He's doing well. Yes, he's doing well. And looking from where he's coming from, Division 4, the 4th tier side in England, now promoted to the 2nd tier with Charlton Athletic, I think his performance there is okay. But coming to the national team level, playing for Ghana, going to the World Cup, facing countries like Brazil, Spain, Germany, Italy did not even qualify. Let me put them somewhere.
Portugal, Netherlands.
Portugal. Let's talk about Portugal, Uruguay, South Korea. Yeah. Facing Ronaldo, does he have that confidence? Are we not going to see another Fatal who just say Ronaldo's boy and he will be jubilating? And before you can go well in a tournament, you need a solid goalkeeper. Let's look at just recently Real Madrid. Their keeper was key, winning the Champions League. Liverpool had a lot of chances that could have been buried, but for Courtois, they have to win it. So to me, I think Wallacott still got something to prove to Ghanaians. I will on any day stick with Wallacott in post because he has been consistent so far. So I'll give him that confidence and still keep him in post for some while because I want to see more from him. Then I will also use Richard Ofori as a backup for him. Ofori can give him tight competition. Don't forget, Ofori was the Black Stars #1 before that injury. He came to qualify to the CAF Confederations Cup final, and he is doing well. So I think I'll continue with Wallacott to give him that consistency and to see more in big games like against Brazil, against the top players in the world, Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, Neymar, and the others. What can he do against them? So I think still Wallacott will be my #1, but I still want to see more on him. I still want to know more, like what he can do, his experience, his passing. We know that that's his strength, and I think I want to see more. I don't know if you want me to add my 11 or I should wait for another.
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Let me go to B Sports. What is your take on the goalkeeping department?
Well, for our goalkeeping department, for me, I think we should maintain Jojo Wallacott on the goal post. As OSIKANI is saying, we should give the guy more time for the Black Stars, because looking at Ghana, our World Cup qualifiers, he did very well, especially against Nigeria. Some of the crazy saves that the guy did in Nigeria, it makes Ghana even that. I think OSIKANI was describing some save beat that he did. Now, a corner for the year. But I think that Jojo Wallacott should be given more time in the goal post. I think then Ofori should be back up for Jojo Wallacott in the Black Star team. So I think Jojo Wallacott, we should encourage the guy. He can take Ghana far in the World Cup. I think so. So for me, I'll choose Jojo Wallacott any day ahead of Richard Ofori for now.
All right, thank you very much. Let me move back to Sahara football. Sahara, you see the last time? Yeah, I can hear you very well. The last time we played Brazil, we had a certain Karase who made incredible saves against Brazil. Do you think this time around, which goalkeeper can do best for Ghana?
As I said, the results will not be so important. The performance will be paramount, and I think Jojo it's a no-brainer for me here. Jojo Wallacott should be the keeper in the post, in between the sticks. In the last, if I go back 4 or 5 games, he's been there. He's been doing well. He's not had a bad game, except for the AFCON tournament, where I can say every single player had an awful tournament, except for Josephine, one of our best players at the AFCON. So I think Jojo, no one else make that position, deserves that position more than him. He got us to the World Cup also. He saves the World Cup qualifiers. He came in at a time when Richard Ofori was injured. Came in at a time when we were on the edge of not making it to the World Cup, and he showed us his composure in post. He formed a relationship with the defense that got us to the World Cup. All those things, I think, make him deserving of that position in the versus Brazil. Yeah, I think he should start.
Thank you very much. OSIKANI, now back to your probable 11 for the game.
We can make about 10 probable 11s against Brazil. I know a lot of us believe in a 3-back system for Coach Otoado to be using, but for me, I'm the type of person who would recommend different tactics for different games, or different approach to different games, depending on how the opponents that we are going to play looks like, or they shape like. If you look at this Brazilian team, and you look at their qualities that they have, I think going in with a 3-back will be quite good, but I think it is also going to be a little bit dangerous for us, because if you are going to face team that really use their rings, the ring play is really, really sharp. Imagine Brazil getting a counter and Vinicius Jr. is fast running on the left side, and you are now recovering from your usual 3-back. If you are attacking, you are now recovering. You put the ball at the back of the net before you reach him. You get it? So I think it's going to be disastrous. To me, I will go in with a 4-back and play 2 DMs to help them. Yes, the result isn't going to be anything, but we shouldn't disgrace ourselves that much, because if we disgrace ourselves, it is going to bring down the team spirit. We lose 1-0 to Brazil, fair, cool. 2-1, 2-0, even 2-0. Yes, I'm not saying that, yes, we can't play them at all. We can play them, but I think if we are losing, it should be a decent lose. It shouldn't be like Brazil scored Ghana 4-0, 5-0, 6-1. Come on. Like, we're going to bring the team spirit down, despite the scoreline or the goals we are going to give to Nicaragua. So I will feel we go in with a 4 back. And in post, I will keep my goalkeeper, Joseph Olakot, in post. Then I'll go in with a 4 back, as I said earlier on. So I'll go in with a 4-3-3, but it will be the variation. So I'll go in with Gideon Mensah on the left back position. I think he doesn't have competition right now, and we need to create a competition for him. I've been saying this. Then on the right back, I would on any day go in with Dennis Odoi Frimpong, but I would choose to try Tariq Lamptey on the right back position because it is a 4 back system. So I'll go in with Tariq there. I want to see more with him. Then with the central defense pair, I'll go in with Jiku and Salisu. Salisu on the left, Jiku on the right. So I'll pair the two there and see something. I'll let Amate rest in this game. Then with the defensive midfield, I have always said that we should still push in for Jeffrey Schwab, despite those Bruhaha going around and the lot. We should still push for him. But without getting him, I look at Dennis Odoi and I feel like we should test him. Partey is injury prone, we all know. Baba Idrisu is back today. He played in our City Maluka's win, and I think he is also good. But I can't risk both of them against this Brazil team because they would definitely be pulling their legs. We are going to walk up, and if I'm a player, I'll not like to get injured in this game. So I'll go in with a player that's less get injured. That is Dennis Odoi Frimpong. I'll test him in there. If you follow Club Brugge this particular season, he's mostly used as a defensive midfielder. It is in their Champions League games that they use him as a right back. If you go and follow their matches, you get to know what I'm talking about. Then I'll pair in with Thomas Partey in the 2 DMs. If I have Jeffrey Schwab, I'll go in with Schwab and Partey, but I'll go in with Dennis Odoi for now. Then I'll give Kudus Mohammed to be in front of the 2, to be the main man in the team to control the passes and everything. Then with the front 3, the right attacking place, I'll give it to Osman Bukari. I want to see what he can do. He has proven for Black Stars and his team, Kremna Zevda, and I would like Bukari to be on the right side. The left side, I was still entrusted to the most experienced guy, that is the Ayew, to captain the team. I want to see something. Then I'll go in with Iñaki Williams to lead the lines. Later on, I'll bring in Semenyo, I'll bring in Sulemana. I would even like to the coach to use 2 different selections for the game against Brazil. To me, I want to see something. So I'll go in with 4-3-3 variation. Yeah, to me.
Okay. Then let's move on to B Sports. Let's listen to his probable lineup against Brazil.
Okay. To me, normally I don't have my personal, let's say, formation. But let me try our best. Okay, in the group post, I would like to see Juju Wallacott. So Juju Wallacott should be there. Then let's see our defense. I would like to see Dennis Frimpong Odoi. Then Mohamed Salisu should make his debut for Ghana against Brazil. Then I would like to see Gideon Mensah. So I'll go in for 3-4-3 formation. Let me this one. Let me go with 3-4 formation. So I would like in the middle. I would like to see Thomas Partey, but I'm not sure if he will start. But if he is fit enough, he should start against Brazil. So I would like to see Partey. Then I would like to see Kofi. Then Kudus should be there. Then I would like to see Elisha Usu. Then let's move with our top 3, the strikers. I would like to see Dede Ayew there, then Inaki, then Anthony Semenyo also there. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me come back to Sahara. Sahara. Yeah, Sahara, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you very well. Okay. All right. Do you think the current Black Stars need the services of Jeffrey Schlupp and Majid Ashimeri?
Yeah, I think it's quite obvious. Those are very versatile players. When we heard the news that probably Partey would be injured, I thought those two would be integral for us, especially Ashimeru. He's also just coming back from an injury, so I don't know his situation right now. At the time, he was coming back from an injury, but I think he played a week after the call-up was made. So I think Ashimeru, I don't know what the issue is. There will be late call-ups, I'm sure, especially with Benjamin Tetteh being officially ruled out and others injured. But Elisha also is another player I'm happy is also back in playing regularly for his team. Recently he played, he was impressive. But I think Jeffrey Schlupp's issue was that he had resigned to the thought of not being called up, even though he does well in the past, he has not been called up regularly, even though he has been doing well. And most of the time, when Schlupp comes to play for Ghana, I don't know, but he gets injured. That happens quite too often for my liking. He's a player who is very good with Crystal Palace. Patrick Vieira using him, he's very good. He would have been great for the national team. He can play at left back, left wing back, even in midfield. He's good. The guy is needed in the national team. Let me just put it that way. Jeffrey Schlupp is needed. Whatever issues there are, I saw George Boateng with him and Jordan Ayew, I think a couple of weeks back. I don't know if it can be solved. I don't know the situation there. I think Otuado needs to try to do something these last few days to the months to the World Cup. So Jeffrey Schlupp and Ashimeru for sure, we will need them. We will need them at the World Cup. But there's only 26 players that can go to the World Cup. So no matter what will happen, there will be some unhappy people amongst us who will not have their players there, who will not have those you want there. And the ultimate is for Ghana to do well. If those selected by the coach go and represent the country well, and we perform and get the results and get as far as we can in the World Cup, I think everyone will be happy. So the general consensus is that Ghana should do well. We should select players who are deserving. Players who are deserving probably might not get it because they don't fit into the coach's system. But ultimately, in the end, it should give us the results we want at the World Cup. We need to do well at the World Cup and the subsequent African Cup of Nations, which I feel AFCON should be our target for the near future because that's more likely for us to win that one than a World Cup or something like that. So that's my thoughts on Schlupp and Ashimeru. I think we need them. Yeah, we do need them.
All right. This question should cut across board. Let me start from sports updates. If there should be a late call-up for Benjamin Tetteh's replacements, who do you think will be the best option?
Without thinking much, Joseph Pinto, obviously, like there has been a cloud call for him to be in the Black Stars for this particular games, and he himself he has showcased it by scoring goals. And I think the guy is really taking good care of himself and making sure that he's fit. If you observe their previous match, after that match, then he was asked in that interview. He told the journalist that he really wanted to be out of the match because after 35 minutes he scored the goal and he didn't want to risk it to extend that one man to be out of action and all that. It clearly tells you that the guy knows what he's about. So if there's a player to replace Benjamin Tetteh, then I'll go for Joseph Pinto. But then again, I would like to see Jeffrey Schlupp in the team. So definitely, if there is another opportunity to include Schlupp in the team, why not? It's been long overdue that we've not seen Jeffrey. So these are the two players I'm really looking forward to get a late call-up.
Okay. What about BAIDOO News? Your take on that?
Okay. Like I'll go with sports update. Joseph Pinto, he's on form, and as I've been saying, he's on form. He's in form, the PR form. So I think he'll be the best person to replace Benjamin Tetteh, even to go to the World Cup proper. So we should call for him. I know the coach is in there. Like 90% of the call up, they did it by themselves, but just only 1% they will listen to the noise going around, then they give chance to them. So I think so I think Joseph Pinto is the best option to go, because Shrub, I think maybe he was invited and he declined because of what he passed through before. So I'll go for Joseph Pinto, no doubt, Joseph Pinto.
OSIKANI, your take on that?
Yeah. Okay. So for Benjamin alone, I think we can just go in with Joseph. As everyone is saying, I think the voice of the people is the voice of the Lord. So I think we should just. But if I wanted another player, I think the GFA should give more attention to the Shrub issue. It's better to get him than thinking of another solution in that particular area. He's also versatile. He can play as a left back, as a left winger, as a GM. He's versatile, and I think if you want another player that I really want to see in Blaster, it could be him. But for now, I'll go in with Joseph Pencil to be on the right side of attacking to replace Benjamin Tetteh in this case.
Okay. What about BSPORTS?
Oh, I also go in for Joseph Pinto. As majority carried.
Okay, Sahara, people are asking you a question here. They are saying that they want to know more about the Germany players. The likes of Kudus, Ambrosius.
Oh, I think it's well documented. I think they are good players. Otuado has worked a lot with German players, so if he's calling them, I think he knows a thing or two about them. I think Ransford is a good goal scorer. He's a forward. I think he's a forward. Ambrosius too, a defender. For if I'm not mistaken, Carlos Russia also. Yeah, he's a defender himself. And is it Pfeiffer is the last one? Or Patrick Pfeiffer was not called.
Yeah, he was not called. Yeah,
was not called. So I think
Stefan Ambrosius.
Yeah, Ambrosius is a defender. Ransford Yeboah, he's 19 or 20 years. I think that guy is. The few clips I've watched of him, he's quite promising. The guy is good. He's solid in terms of that striking position. Probably he'll get a few minutes in the latter stages of the Brazil game, or he might play in the Nicaragua game. I think they are solid guys. We'll see. We've not really seen them play for Ghana. You know, playing for your club side and playing for Ghana can be two different things. So we have to watch them closely. And I think Otuado will have plans for them. As long as he has called them, he will have plans for them.
Okay. And Haruna Sky G is asking when you are coming to Germany.
Oh, when he sends me the tickets and the passport, everything, he should send the money to me. I'll come right now, even if he's
okay. Let's wrap up with that nationality switch. What is your take? Do you think we still need Callum Hudson-Odoi, Edin Ketia, and the likes? Let me start from OSIKANI TV. So we just wrap up with everything, your predictions and everything.
Yeah. Let me say this tree proverb. I say even the dead are calling for more people. How much more we living? So I think they are quality players that if we can get them, it will really help. National team, as Selassie said, it's a different thing altogether because you are called together just about only 3 training sessions or 4 training sections, or let me say 4 days training or 3 days. You are going to play a match, and I think, yes, we need players who can really help. So if we have the chance to get them, I think it is good for us. Jeremy Frimpong, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Edin Ketia, any player who is ready to represent Ghana. But your readiness is the most important. In playing your heart out actually shows that you are going to help the country. So I think if we have the chance, we should continue to switch them to join Ghana. But if it doesn't, I think we have a lot of players as well that we can trust them and trust the technical team to get the best out of them. So to me, against Brazil, my prediction, I think I'll also go in with a draw. I want to see a draw game because Brazil too may be coming in with entire new players. If you're listening to Tetteh, he was also saying he wants to give new players chances to play against Ghana. So you may be seeing the likes of Kunha, Mateus Kunha, and other players starting against Ghana. So I also want to see our new players playing hard, going hard on them, then showing them that yes, we are also the Brazil of Africa. So I'll go in with a draw against Nicaragua. I want to see a 2 or 3 goal difference. We should pack them somewhere, even though they have their form in that place, but not in this continent. So I think Ghana, we should be able to do well and at least pick a draw against Brazil, then win against Nicaragua. To me, that's my prediction.
All right. To Sahara, Sky G Haruna is saying that no worries, we'll do everything. So just stay calm.
Okay. I'm patient.
Okay, let me move on to sports updates. Your thoughts on this and your predictions.
Okay, for me, I think I can't agree less with OSIKANI. We need more players in the squad. In fact, other African countries are also luring our players. Togo just came in for Yawano. Who might know? Maybe Burkina Faso might come in for some players in the Ghana Premier League as well. So yes, we should be asking for more. We should be getting more. But for the game properly, I am really looking forward to how the likes of Inaki, Tariq Lamptey, and German boys will also settle in the Black Stars, because we don't have much time on our hands. And we saw how Kevin Prince Boateng, we saw how Quincy Osuabi came into the team, Kwarase himself, they settled in. So yes, I'm just hoping that they settle in and they shouldn't treat them as foreigners. They should treat them as one people. I'm sure they understand the local language one or two, and it's very vital going to games like the World Cup where your opponents speak French and all that. So yes, I hope that they settle in. But for the game proper against Brazil, I'm going to be ambitious. I'll go for 2-1 for the Black Stars, because guys, Kudus has scored against Allison. Who again are we going to choose not to score against Allison again? So I'm very optimistic that Kudus might get a goal. Then probably one player that we've not mentioned. You guys have all forgotten Daniel Kofriche all of a sudden. Hey boys. But maybe maybe one other player get okay. But maybe I think we must get someone who can score another goal for it to be 2-1. But at all costs, Jojo Olakot shouldn't allow Vinicius to score a goal against him. You see what he went to do, trying to Ronaldo, brought in no delays mistake that he did in the Richard Kingston's mistake that he did in the 2006 World Cup. At all costs, Vinicius shouldn't score a goal. Else, this guy will throw Jojo Olakot. Jojo Olakot should be on top of this game, so that he ensures that at least Neymar Jr. and Vinicius do not score a goal. On one shall go there, Charlie. Me, even if we lose 100-0, if these people don't score a goal, I'm okay.
Okay, BSPORTS, your take and your prediction.
Oh, for me, if we are able to get those players, that is Eddie Nkata and the rest, it is good. But if we try our possible best and they are not able to switch for Ghana, then we have equal players that can perform much even better than those players. So if they are able to switch for Ghana, fine. So I think that going into the Ghana against Brazil, I see draw game 2-2 against Brazil. Then Ghana will beat Nicaragua by 3-1.
Okay, Prophet BSPORTS. Okay, let me move on to BAIDOO's news.
Okay, so I'm not in the mind of the GFA boss and the technical handlers of Black Stars, but I know that the target is not to win the World Cup, and I know it will Impending. So I believe that the target will be like round of 16, and then the highest will be quarterfinals. Okay, but I know that the target is 2024 AFCON. So if we get these two guys in addition to the young one we have, it will be solid, because 2024 we are not going to send these old guys again. The guy you will go all right, but it might be like that's Asamoah Gyan's own. Yeah, so that I think that's how it could be. 2024 is do or die for AFCON. So I think these two guys, we need them. We need them at all costs. We need them because we need quality players who are playing a high level to compete with other African country teams. Man, me Brazil, let me see. And I'm so Brazil who dies. So I think maybe 2-2. Nah, 2-2. They're let me go for 1 or 2. We will score a goal, all right. But to win, yeah. As Alassane said, no, the results are not yet the priority for now. So I think really bad there. It's difficult. But Nicaragua, they only bit or say at least 6 goals. Anything less than 2 goals. This team, when the last have you watched them before? No, they are not. They are like Madagascar, when they started playing football. So for them, they at least. You are sending Kudus Mohammed, Nike Williams, Tariq Labite, these solid guys, and you want to play 2-1 or 3-1 with them. At least 6 goals. At least. You have to go 6.
To me, crown.
Don't forget Kubo. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Sahara, you just summarize everything. It's your prediction.
I think with the Eddie Tetteh and Nationality, I've always said, I want the best. The Black Stars need the best of players to contest with the best of teams in the world. We are facing Portugal, Uruguay, South Korea. They have the best. Son Heung-min, Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portugal team, don't get me started on the quality they have. Cancelo, they have so many talented players. So if we can get Eddie Tetteh and Nationality, please, let's get them. I'm also going to say that if a player is not ready to play for us and we have to be convincing him or forcing him, don't do that, because the desire has to be there. If the desire is not there, he might not play to the best of his ability. So there's also that. So if we can get them, fine. If we can't, don't push it, don't force it, because the desire is very important. I think the prediction, I've already said the Brazil game, I would want a draw. As I said, the result is not important to me. The performance and how we manage the game, play the game, and the results will be secondary. Because if you play a good game, it's football, anything can happen. But most of the time, if you play a good game, you get the result you want. So I'm looking for a draw versus Nicaragua. I'm not going to underestimate anyone, especially looking at what Comoros did to us at the AFCON. It was a bad AFCON, but you underestimate anyone at your own peril. If we all think Nicaragua will be a pushover, I think we are saying that because probably we've not watched them play before. I have not watched them play before, so we do know very little, and that's what makes them dangerous. We know very little about them. I hope they are doing their scouting work on the team, and what the threats they possess and everything. I know the coaching staff will be doing that behind the scenes. So I think Nicaragua, I'm hoping for a win, but again, with that one, I'm not so concerned about the results. The performance is paramount. So that's it.
All right. To sports updates, BSPORTS, OSIKANI TV, Sahara Football, and BAIDOO News TV, the entire team of Manual TV Sports and Q appreciates all your efforts for what you've done. We shall meet in another exciting sports discussion.
Good night.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Gracias.
Hey, it's Spanish fee. Okay.
Okay.
All right.